Hi, my name is Ben Callaway, and I'll be your guide to raising and lofting your bed. To start off with our series of lessons, I'm just going to be briefly going over the tools and parts you'll need to loft and raise your bed. First of all, you'll need a mount. This tool can be checked out at our front desk 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Sunday. You'll need to turn your driver's license into the front desk in order to check the mallet out. Now on to the parts that you'll need to raise and loft your bed. The first part that you'll need is a lofting pin. You'll need 4 of these. And to go along with the lofting pin, you'll need a lofting bracket. Now the way that you get these parts is by filling out your room condition form, which you can get at the front desk when you check in or at centralized check-in. Once you thoroughly fill out your room condition form, you can turn it in to the front desk and check out a set of 4 lofting pins and 4 lofting brackets. Now moving on. The next component to lofting your bed is a stabilizer bar. Now this component is very important for safety, and we'll show you how to attach it later on. And the final component in lofting your bed is a safety bar. This is very important, especially if you bunk your beds or if you sleep on a lofted bed, to prevent falls. And the final component is 2 headboards. And as with the stabilizer bar and safety bar, there is one set of 2 headboards per room. Thus only one bed can be lofted per room. However, both beds can be raised. And it's important that all these components stay in the room, because if they're not in the room at the end of the year, there will be fines if these components are absent. Hello, and welcome to the raising and lowering your bed portion of our instructional lessons. Now in this portion of the lesson, I'll be assisted by resident assistants Blake and Mike. Now the first step to lowering, raising, or lofting your bed is to remove the mattress from the bed and place it somewhere inside your room. It's important when you're restructuring your furniture that you keep all components of your room inside your room and not in the hallway, so that other people aren't blocked, and if there ever was a fire, to keep the hallways clear. So why don't we start off by removing the mattress and keeping it inside the room. Now for the next step in raising or lowering your bed will be to take the mallet that you check out from the front desk or that you purchased on your own and to use it to apply pressure on the bed frame. Now what Mike did here was he applied pressure via the mallet to the metal frame and loosened it from the inner groove of the headboard. And the way that the frame attaches to the headboard is these hooks latch onto pegs that run down the center of this. So to lower it, you'll loosen it from the pegs that the hooks were attached to, and then you can to the appropriate height that you want it by just simply taking it down, hooking these hooks on the pegs that run down the center of the headboard, and then by applying pressure onto the frame via the mallet to make sure it's in there securely. Now Mike and Blake will give a demonstration of how to raise and lower your bed. Take it away, guys. Great job, guys. Now always make sure after you raise or lower your bed that you test it, make sure it's stable enough so that it doesn't collapse while you're using it. Hello, and welcome to the lofting portion of our instructional video. Now before we get into the actual labor of lofting the bed, we're going to do some equipment prep. Now to prep the equipment for lofting, you're going to want to take the 4 lofting pins that you checked out at the front desk when you turned in your room condition form. Now it's important that you turn in the lofting pins in at the end of the year when you check out, or you will be fined. So we're going to go ahead and place one lofting pin in the holes at the top of the headboards. Now it's important to remember not to hammer the pins in with the mallet, because that may leave them stuck there, and that will be very problematic at the end of the year when you're trying to move out. It's also important to note, if a pin is bent too much, then it may be necessary to go to the front desk and ask for a pin that's straighter. And now we're going to actually loft the bed. Now safety is very important here, and it's very important to have two people lifting the bed. It's important to lift with your knees. So Mike and Blake are going to go ahead and lift the bed, and this is important for safety. So guys, do you want to go ahead and lift the bed up? And you always want to have your equipment prepped and have the pins ready in the holes to be placed under the bed. And what you'll want to go ahead and do is place the spare headboard under the bed that's already built on each side. And it's very important that the slots line up, the grooves and the holes line up among the headboards. And then after the spare headboards are placed under the built bed, you can go ahead and lower the built bed onto the spare headboards. Okay, now the spare headboards are attached to the constructed bed via the pins that we inserted into the holes at the top of the headboards. Now it's important that you line everything up and allow the structure bed just to lay essentially on top of the spare headboards. Now that we've actually lofted the bed, we're going to implement a series of equipment that is here for your safety. The first component for your safety is lofting brackets. Now to attach the lofting bracket, you'll essentially slide it into the groove and hook it onto the pegs. The lofting bracket, similar to the bed frame, has hooks that latch onto the pegs that are in the grooves that run down the center of each bedpost. So you simply latch it in there and it'll keep you safe. Now Mike and Blake are going to demonstrate how to install the stabilizer bar. And the stabilizer bar is here for your safety. Ready to start, guys? You'll essentially pick up the stabilizing bar, and as you can see at each end there are hooks that slip onto the pegs that run down the groove that is in the center of each headboard. Now for the final component of lofting your bed, we're going to show you how to install the safety bar. Now the safety bar is here to prevent occupants of the bed from rolling off the bed and onto the floor. And this is very simple. As you can see, there are hooks at each end of the stabilizer bar. And you'll take these hooks and hook them onto the edge, the inside edge of the bed frame, and let it rest on the bed frame as shown. And this will keep you from rolling off the bed. And if you place the lofted bed against the wall, you'll always be in between a wall and a safety bar for maximum safety and security to keep you safe. Now here we have a completed lofted bed. Now if you want to bunk your beds, you'll essentially take two constructed beds, such as this unit, and follow the exact same procedures as we did in lofting the bed. And remember to install the stabilizer bar and safety bar for your safety. And when lofting or bunking your bed or raising your bed, it's important to not do it by yourself. Always have help with you, and this is for your safety. Now, we hope you have a great year here at San Jacinto. And remember, if you have any questions, ask your RA, the front desk, or any RA. And remember, what starts here changes the world.